Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today we are going to be taking a look at the total 3 altcoin market cap chart and we're going to see where it might be headed, and we will cover both bullish and bearish scenarios as well, just to simply cover all of the possibilities. Now, for those of you who love trading crypto and would like to try out the same exchange that I use on a daily basis, feel free to try out the Blowfin exchange with the link in the video description down below this video. Now, the big reason why I love using this exchange is because they allow anybody from anywhere to be able to sign up and trade crypto futures. So if you're from the United States and you want to trade crypto futures, you can trade them or trade it right here on the Blowfin exchange. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the total 3 chart and see what we got going on here. As we all know, the altcoin market is completely screwing with us, all right? I mean, it's been absolutely screwing with us for the longest time now. We are all just waiting for some giant inflows to happen so that we can absolutely get up to this $789 billion level and continue higher above it, and altcoins can flourish and start to literally skyrocket once again. We all want that, but that shit has not been happening. And as you guys can clearly see, we have just been ranging within this giant range for the longest time, and we have started to continue to drop further and further, as you guys can clearly see. Now, as of what's happening right now, we are currently trading, altcoins are currently trading, or the altcoin market cap is currently around the $560 billion level. And as you guys can clearly see, we went all the way down to the $471 billion area. And if we do end up continuing to go down further, we've got another strong support down here at $439 billion as well. And that's kind of an area that we hit way back here towards the end of January here in 2024. Now, if we end up going even further below that, you know, there is a good possibility we could end up going all the way down to $387 billion as well, which is back from November of 2023. Now, none of us want to see that happen, but it definitely is a possibility. So keep that in mind as well. If this thing continues to keep dropping, that is going to be a strong possibility. But where we are at right now, we can clearly see we are hovering around, we have literally been able to, ever since we hit 471 billion, we've been able to go back up, and we literally cleared, or we closed this day right around this support level of $509 billion. And this tells me right here that we've got some pretty decent, strong support down here, okay? So it would be nice if we could end up continuing this trend and continuing upwards and creating some higher lows and going all the way back up again. But only time is going to tell, and obviously I'm not a fortune teller, you guys, and I cannot tell you what's going to happen in the future. Nobody can, okay? All we can look at is all we can look at is price action right now and speculate based off of what's happening right now. As you guys can clearly tell, currently, the altcoin market cap went all the way up to the 20-period EMA, and it literally stopped right at that level and then started going back down. So that tells me that, you know, we've got some strong midterm resistance here at this 20 EMA period, or at this 20-period EMA. And but we've also got strong support down here at $558 billion as well, as you guys can clearly see, because we are literally trading within these two levels right here at $558 billion and at the top of this 20-period EMA right now at $582 billion, all right? So it would be nice to see this current daily candle close still above this support level and be able to open up green and potentially gain enough momentum to be able to go through these EMAs and hopefully head upwards towards this next resistance level of 620 billion. Now, if that happens, we want to gain strong momentum and create a higher low somewhere within this range so that we can continue to go upwards and break through this $620 billion level and get up to this $663 billion level that we created back here in the middle of July, all right? Now, the big level that I'm personally looking at to be able to cross before I personally start to feel extremely bullish on altcoins again is going to be this $720 billion level up here. And the reason why is because this is kind of the first big double top level that we hit. This is kind of the first big double top level that we hit before we started to go further and further down, all right? So I want to see us be able to gain momentum to be able to cross this level before I personally start to feel like we've got a big, solid, strong chance of being able to go higher than 789 billion once again. All right, now if another big leg happens in this bull market, there is a good strong possibility that the altcoin market cap could end up going above 1.2 trillion. Okay, now if that does end up happening, you want to start scaling out on your altcoin positions when we are above the $1.2 trillion area. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Now obviously this thing could continue to keep going down as well, so if this doesn't hold, if this current support right here at $558 billion doesn't hold, and let's say we end up closing below it, there's a good strong chance we could end up coming back down to this, to retest this $509 billion area again. If that does end up happening, if we do end up reversing from here and start going up again from there, that would technically be what's called obviously a triple bottom, which would be insane to see, but it definitely is a possibility. But if it doesn't hold, and if this doesn't hold, we'll definitely end up coming down to this $471 billion area. Then, as I was mentioning earlier, down to this $431 billion area. And you can see it on the RSI as well. Usually when the RSI comes up to the moving average here, you can clearly see that things start to go upwards. But as you guys can clearly see, we got up to the neutral territory of the RSI, and it kind of got rejected, and which is where the 20-period EMA was, and started to come back down again, as you guys can clearly see. So if this thing falls below, if the RSI falls below the moving average once again, we will most likely definitely be coming back down to this $509 billion area once again, or even further down as well. All right, so it's something to keep in mind here. There is a good possibility that we could end up coming down even more. But if momentum ends up building once again, and instead this the RSI starts to shift back upwards rather than downwards and stays above the moving average here in the RSI, you can bet your ass we will end up heading towards the 621 or $620 billion area once again. The key here that you want to do here, you guys, is you want to keep an eye on these levels and keep an eye within, keep a good strong eye within each level here. Okay, so if we are currently trading within this area of $558 billion and $620 billion, just look between this level here, okay? Don't look at other higher levels. Just stay within this level and focus on the price action in your coins that's happening within this level here, okay? Because this is going to tell you all you need to know about what could potentially be happening next. But guys, before I go ahead and wrap up this video, if you feel like you got some decent value out of it, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button below the video, and leave me a comment below on your personal thoughts on where you think the altcoin market is going to end up going here in the short to midterm. And hey, with that said, for those of you guys who stuck around and watched this entire video throughout the whole thing, thank you guys very much. I appreciate all of you, and I hope to see all of you in my future videos.